Something's been going on which hasn't been on YouTube, but it's over on Patreon, and that is that I'm falling in love with Electric Wizard, and apparently they're part of like the stoner doom scene of metal. So I thought I would put together a video with the help of my patrons of like an intro to stoner doom. Sorry, if this list isn't perfect. I myself am not perfect, and I'm the one that tries to put these lists together, so we get what we get. We're going to listen to Electric Wizard, but I'm going to save it till the end of the video. But yeah, I've already listened to a few Electric Wizard tracks before filming this video over my Patreon. A bit of Dope Throne mostly, but I also listened to another record from like 1996. I listened to one song off that one as well. But yeah, I've enjoyed everything I've heard from Electric Wizard so far. I'm actually a little mind blown by them and how heavy they are. Like, I didn't even realize music could be this heavy. Apparently it's stoner doom, so let's check it out and check out some other artists that are not just Electric Wizard first. The first band is going to be Sleep, and it's going to be Dragonaut. This is Sleep's most popular track, and it was also recommended by one of my patrons. This might be the only artist actually I'm listening to today where I have heard of their name before. So Dragonaut is the first track off Sleep's Holy Mountain. It's bluesy. Reminds me a lot of Black Sabbath. Really good. Wow. Whew. That's a little crazy. That's just slightly crazy. I mean, it's a nasty riff, to say the least. Way faster than the Electric Wizard's going to be listening to. I expect also to be quite slow. Oh, his lyrics. Okay. Interesting. I noticed a bit of a space theme on an Electric Wizard track that I heard, and this also has like a space theme to it. This is really fun. Like, Electric Wizard's just scary. This is just... It's still heavy. Don't get me wrong, but a lot more fun. So much more energy than I expected. Wow. This guitar here, a lot more funky and wonky than my expectations. It's very 90s, is it not? Really different from Electric Wizard. That's my first impression of it, because Electric Wizard's obviously my idea of what stoner or doom is. Not all these bands are stoner doom per se, but I'm just saying stoner doom until I figure it out, because I know some of this stuff is doom, some of this stuff is stoner. Electric Wizard feels a lot more doomy to me, just a lot more just full of dread, very scary, even more heavier than this song by Sleep. This is Sleep's most popular track, so I'm not sure. I don't want to judge Sleep completely as a band based off just one song, especially when a lot of the time a breakout song can be quite different from the rest of the discography of the band. This does feel quite 90s to me. I can understand it being like a 1983 track. It feels like it's before Electric Wizard, but it's after Black Sabbath. Understanding a bit more of the bridge that connects the two things I have heard before that feel doom to me, because Black Sabbath is also the other doom stuff I've heard before. But Black Sabbath is just heavy metal, but obviously influences a lot of doom. I like it. Uplifting and exciting and energetic, and it's got a lot more attitude to it than than Electric Wizard does. It's very fun. That's the main word I would throw at it. I could move to this. I could dance this. Electric Wizard, I'm just losing my mind to it. I'm just like lying down the floor having an existential crisis. So there you go. That's what I thought of Sleep. Really enjoyed the track. A lot of cool riffs. So much faster as well than Electric Wizard is. Let's move on to the next track. Let's go in chronological order here. And let's move on to Kyuss. 1994. The song is Gardenia or Gardenia. I'm really interested in this band because I have never heard of them before. Few people wanted me to react to them as well. But the main thing I'm interested in is that Josh Holmes from Quatsa, Queens of the Stone Age. Queens of the Stone Age is one of my favorite bands of all time. Probably top 5 bands of all time. Maybe top 10. Adore them. Like Clockwork, Songs for the Deaf are some of my favorite albums I've ever heard in my life. Stoner rock, I would say. A lot of their earlier stuff, especially stoner rock. Apparently he was also in this band. So I'm really excited to listen to them right now. I didn't know that he was in Kyuss. He was doing in the 90s. I had no idea. I hope I like it. I love Quatsa, so I feel good about this and I hope that I enjoy it. Fingers crossed. This is the first track off the 1994 album Welcome to the Sky Valley. 7 minutes long. Let's get into it. It feels like we're moving forward in time. I feel like we're moving one step closer to Eden. Already with that sound. Wow. You hear the bass, right? This is the sound that I like about Electric Wizard. But it reminds me a little bit of some songs I love by Quatsa from early on in their discography. Mexicola, especially one of my favorite Quatsa songs of all time. That's not Josh though. That's not Josh. It's just me. Oh my god. Oh, this is so 90s. I can't believe I was a baby for this stuff. God damn it. Deeper is it's just I really just love the chorus. That's all there is to say. Oh, the bass. They know. They know I'm obsessed with it. Oh. I change my mind every day what my favorite instrument is, but today it's bass. This is a really cool build-up. Like it's okay. God, it's so cool. This is insane. Just all the connections I'm making with Quatsa. Like, what? These tracks are so much more fun than Electric Wizard is. What happened with Electric Wizard? They just like brought that depressing vibe. I thought all doom and stoner was like sad. It's really not. Okay, I keep saying it's cool, but I'll explain why. I've always loved Quatsa. Like my dad loves Quatsa. I grew up listening to Quatsa. To do these videos and to start off with listening to Black Sabbath way back when, 2 years ago now, and I've gone through the 80s a little bit. I've listened to some 70s, obviously, you know, Black Sabbath. But then from there I went 70s, 80s, now I'm listening to some 90s music, 2000s slightly sometimes, not really. But to listen to these 3 decades primarily, and for me to see now this link between Black Sabbath from from 1970 all the way through to Kyuss eventually, a band that I've always loved, is incredible. There's Black Sabbath, who influenced Doom and Stoner, Kyuss, which takes on the Stoner and Doom influence. Josh comes out of it and makes a band called Queens of the Stone Age, who I have grown to love, and it's just so cool to go back to like something like the grandfathers of heavy metal, which is Black Sabbath. I bow down to them. They are like the best band of all time. Their influence is insane. It's only more and more obvious as I listen to more and more music how much Black Sabbath is like one of the best bands of all time. So rewarding for me, I think, listening to a track like that, where Josh comes out of it, makes Kyuss, a band that I know very, very well. I do think the other thing I want to mention is it's way lighter than Electric Wizard is. Electric Wizard's very heavy compared to this stuff, in my opinion, from what the Electric Wizard I've been listening to. Just their sound is like overwhelming in a great way. And then this and Sleep have both been more lighter and more fun to me. So that's just an interesting thing to note. You know, this is an intro video. We'll do more Stoner, more Doom in the future, because God, I'm in love with this music. It is made for me. I love it when it goes heavy. That felt slightly thicker to me, the sound of it overall, the guitar and the bass mixed together there. A bit more thicker, I think, than the Sleep stuff we just listened to. So I feel like we're moving one step closer towards Electric Wizard. So I'm interested to see with this third track here what we find. The third track we're listening to today is a 1995 track, so one more year ahead, and it's Cathedral. That's the name of the band. Another band that was voted for on my Patreon for a poll. I'm going to listen to Hopkins. That's what I wrote down, but I don't think that's the whole name of the track. Hopkins, or in brackets, The Witchfinder General. Witchfinder General was another band I had on my radar for this video, but it didn't go through. It didn't get enough votes, but could be another band I react to in a future part 2 video. The Witchfinder General obviously influenced Cathedral here, so that's good to know. Yeah, it's from their third, I think it's their third album, sorry if I'm wrong there, The Carnival Bazaar. Is their second track on it.
I am Matthew Hopkins, Witchfinder.
A little louder. So they're more Doom Stoner, apparently. That's what Spotify says.
To make love to the devil, a vampire child of night. Within the misty forest.
What was that at the end there?
Hell of the sacrifice, yeah. Lucifer, a vampire railer. Ooh, like masses in the convent. Priests are nuns, fell.
I can't get over that part. That's so good.
The mutant creatures, yeah.
Ah, it's such a nice transition to the chorus as well.
Witchfinder? You confess?
Say what? Oh my gosh!
Take them to the tree.
Where did they find this guitarist? He came ready. But
He's a witch. I am Matthew Hopkins, Witchfinder. You confess? You confess?
I mean, there it is, the best part of the song.
Take them to the tree.
My name is Hopkins.
This reminds me the most of just like traditional heavy metal out of every track we've heard so far. Because it's got those quicker transitions.
She is a witch.
I do love the ending. Slowing that guitar down. Okay. I feel like I got confused by that one a little bit. Kyuss actually is the one that reminds me of Electric Wizard the most. It's got that more fuzzy sound to the guitar and bass that sort of just creates this layer of sound. While Cathedral, at least that track, just reminded me more of heavy metal. I can see how it's leaning over towards the Doom, leaning over towards the Black Sabbath more than it leans towards heavy metal. But it just, out of all these tracks we're listening to right now, I feel like it is the most just heavy metal. I enjoyed the track. I liked the guitar a lot, is the main thing I would say. The guitarist is great, yeah. And the drums were actually pretty fun as well. I did find the drums drums be a little distracting at some points, especially in the chorus, I think it was, but even towards the end of the track, I feel like the drummer was doing a great job. I'm definitely appreciating the uniqueness of each of the bands. I can see it. Not everything is just sounding the same to me. I think what is becoming clearer to me is that I'm an Electric Wizard obsessee. Is that the word? I'm obsessed with Electric Wizard is what I'm trying to tell you right now. We're going to listen to, I think it's the first track on Dope Throne, so skipping ahead to 2000 as well, which maybe is also why Electric Wizard feels so different to me than the rest of this stuff, because it is there's a bit of like, an actual jump in time here. Vinum Sabbath. I have listened to Funeralopolis before and Barbarian. Those are the 2 tracks I've heard off this record before. Both those reactions are up on Patreon if you would like to go find them. But I'm gonna listen to Venom Sabbath right now, which is the first track on the album, and then I'm sure I'm gonna love it, just like I love every freaking Electric Wizard track I hear. And if I do, I'm probably gonna do a Dope Throne album reaction very, very soon. I'm so excited.
When you get into one of these groups, there's only a couple ways you can get out. One is death. The other is mental institutions.
Yeah, it's the fuzziness of it all. Kai's had it slightly, but nothing like Electric Wizard. Wow. I can see why this album is such a classic. It's so unique. And its sound. I'm obsessed with this vocalist as well. I love his delivery. The drums are really standing out to me on this one. Bro, this is about to be kind of bad. What did I just experience? What did I just listen to? I just listened to the best stuff I've ever heard. I can't even speak. I just have to just feel it and listen and just move and just mostly just feeling it. I want to break it down though. I need to somehow explain this to you. It's like Black Sabbath in the sense of I just feel like I found a band that is just one of my favorite bands of all time maybe. Black Sabbath was like that. This may be even more so. It's just even more up my alley than Black Sabbath is. It's just insane. I'm shaking. Whenever I listen to a song off this record, I'm literally shaking. Is this going to become one of my favorite albums of all time? I don't know. I'm literally losing my mind right now. So that makes it free for free, like 10 out of 10 perfect tracks. I'm literally obsessed. Okay, so firstly, I love the guy's delivery. I love the vocalist, and vocals are really difficult for me with metal music in general. It's the production of the vocals as well. It's not just how he sings, which I really like. I love the emotion of it, but he's really quiet. Like, he's produced in a way where he's somewhere back, like in another room, and he's just yelling it for a wall. That's what it sounds like when I'm listening to him, and I love it. I feel like I emotionally relate to that so much. This guy's just trying to get his words out over this large amount of sound, because the sound is where all the emotion is for me, especially just like the layer. Like I said, Kyuss had this as well, but this layer of thick sound is incredible. It's literally like a drug to me. I cannot even explain it. The drums are actually quite clear compared to the fuzziness of the guitar and the bass, but even the drums I love so much because the drummer always goes in, throwing himself into the deep end with every track. He just starts just pummeling those drums over the sound as well and just keeps up with that layer of sound. I don't know how he does it, but the main thing is that fuzzy layer of sound of bass and guitar. It's insane. I need more of it. I don't even talk with my hands this much. Losing my mind. I feel like I'm on a high right now. I'm in love with this band. I'm listening to Dope Throne ASAP. ASAP. I might not survive. I'm gonna do it though, and I'm gonna film it, and hopefully it's a good time. So yeah, that's what I thought of Stoner Doom. Makes it more and more clear that Electric Wizard really is just the band for me. But I also really liked Kyuss, I would say. That's the other bands that really stood out to me today, as that layer of sound was just really great. And I love Josh as well. I love his guitar in general, but there were moments of Cathedral and Sleep I liked as well. I especially loved Sleep's energy, and their riffs were really fun. Maybe Cathedral was the one I didn't like as much, but I still enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I disliked any track today. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to some Stoner Doom with me, or Stoner and some Doom. I don't know what was Stoner Doom. I don't know what was Doom. I don't know what was Stoner. I just know it all falls within that sort of genre. So yeah, if you'd like to see a full cut to this reaction, it will be up on my Patreon, and hopefully I post a dope phone reaction soon, because I need to do it. I'll see you then. Bye.